welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to talk about life on Earth. This is an interesting one because humans are just an animal like any other. But we have the power to intellectualize things and conceptualize things, and the minute that you have a thought, you are dividing something into two or more. And we are constantly viewing life through our thoughts. We can't turn our thoughts off. Our thoughts have enslaved us. Conceptualization is a great tool. But when it overtakes you, and then you become a slave to it, you're trapped. Because who are you, Who are you? We like to think that we are these separate things, and we identify with the clothes that we wear and the way we look, how we style our hair or put makeup on. We identify with the thoughts that we have, the beliefs that we hold and the opinions. And we identify with our role in society. We identify with how much money we're earning, what kind of job we have, how many friends we have. We identify with being shy or being confident. We're constantly comparing ourselves. But who are you? Without referring to any thought, any concept, any idea. That's powerful. Now, I want to show you one idea to play around with, which I think, I've spoke about what I'm saying here in my last video, but I'm just expanding on it. If there's one idea to identify with, at least as a stepping stone, it's the idea that you're just an animal on this earth like any other animal, with no responsibility or obligation to do anything. And your sense of worth is not hinged on how you look or what you do or what you think. You're just an animal. You don't see a grasshopper and go, that grasshopper is bad. Look, look, the shade of green on him. Fucking hell, he's worse than this other grasshopper. He's way more his colour of green is better. Or whatever, shit like this. You don't say that in nature. We only start judging ourselves. We only start judging humans. We don't judge nature. We don't judge ants. When you see an ant just like not doing much and you see another ant looks like he's on a mission, you're not going, look, this ant's unproductive. He's a scum of the earth. He's not as good as this other ant. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do we do that with humans and ourselves, you know? It's because we've been brainwashed into believing that we've got to be a certain way, that we've got to act in society. And it doesn't cater for everyone. Everybody's different. And so one person might, the society may really suit some people. Some people might enjoy going to a 9 to 5 job, coming home, watching TV, and whatever, you know, whatever it is, you know, that society's just normalized, you know. But a lot of people, and like me, I don't fit into what society wants me to do. I don't want to do what society wants me to do. I don't want a job. I don't want to have any kind of place in society. And the thing is that I have been conditioned already, and so I'm habituated in this sort of judgment already of like feeling good or bad in society, because it's been my programming, my conditioning. And so when I'm around people, there can be sometimes feelings of inferiority and then sometimes feelings of superiority. And that's my conditioning, but that doesn't work for me. I want to break out of that. You see? That's not for me. I don't want to be in a social hierarchy. I mean, nature has a natural hierarchy, but it's not like it's better or worse. It's like it's higher and lower. That doesn't mean it's better or worse. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that if you know, because I struggle a lot with, because yeah, I struggle a lot with sort of this judgmental and comparative mind. And it's the mind of it's the conditioned mind from of society. Because I'm not working, and because I don't go to university, and because I don't have many friends, and because I'm quote unquote not doing a whole lot with my life, you know, and that's another. See, that's a phrase that's been programmed into me. Like, I start to believe that I'm not doing enough with my life. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing any good. But of course, if I can actually see what I am doing, like personally, and if I forget this whole kind of programming, I'm doing what I want. I'm trying to think for myself. I'm not just following everybody else, because intuitively I know that something's going on here. I don't want to just succumb. So yeah, what I struggle with is feelings of guilt and unworthiness because I'm not doing enough. But of course I am doing enough. It's just in the perspective of society, the majority of people, I'm not doing enough because in most people's perception, if you haven't got a job or you're still living with your parents or any of this kind of shit, then it's like you're looked down upon. At least that's the perspective that I have. That's the thing that I've been conditioned with, and I'm sure everyone has. I see it within heaps of people. People just feel like they have to get a job or they have to go to university just because they don't want to be seen. They don't want to attach their sense of self to someone who's not doing enough. They don't want to attach their sense of self to society's belief that they're not good enough, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. So this is the thing I've been trying to get past for years, ever since I came out of school. And I've only really realised it till now, Like, I've got to fucking start thinking for myself, like, what do I want? And I can see that I'm constantly deriving my sense of worth from what I do, or lack thereof. Constantly comparing myself to others. And so really, come back to this perspective that I want to share. The perspective of that you're just an animal roaming on earth with no responsibility to do anything. You don't need to do anything. There's nothing you need to do. There's nothing you need to have. There's nothing that you have to do. There's nowhere to go, and there's nothing to do. But don't get the message wrong here, because a lot of people can interpret this as an excuse to do nothing. Like, if you say, oh, there's nothing to do and there's nowhere to go, people interpret that as, oh, I just sit on the couch eating Doritos watching TV all day. No, because that's still doing something. Like, what I'm saying is that there's no rule book for living life. There's no set agenda that you have to do. And as soon as you realise that, then you're free to do what you want. You see, I don't want to just sit on the couch eating Doritos watching TV. That's not something that I want to do. Like, sometimes, yes, but it's not what I want to do every day. Like, I have creative ambitions. I want to create art. And I want to have fun in the world. But you see, what's stopping me from doing that is this mind of mine trying to live up to the expectations of society. So if I truly realise that there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, I don't actually have any responsibility, I don't have to do anything, I don't have to do anything, I don't need to do anything. If I truly realised that, then I could freely just create my art and it would just be fun for me to do. I could do what I want. But you see, what's happening here with me is that I'm trying to do creative art because I think I should be doing it. You see, the difference here is I can do creative art because I want to, or I can do creative art because I think I should. Because if I don't, then I'm not good enough. I'm deriving my sense of worth off of what I do. And so I wake up in the morning and it's like, what am I going to do today? Oh, okay, well, I've got to create. I've got to make a film and get it out there and promote it and get a business running so I can make money. And so I've got this identity of, having enough money and, having a sort of career. And so I'm doing it for all the wrong reasons. And of course that's not fun. It takes the fun out of the creativity. And you can't really create art in a sort of logical, rational way. It's got to be free-flowing. So this is the struggle that I'm with. So yeah, do you kind of understand that? Like, there's a difference between just living life and having fun, and living life and having fun because you think you should be. Because you base your worth on that. And that's what I've been doing, is that, yeah, been deriving my worth off what I do. So back to this perspective of you're a fucking animal on Earth and there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, no responsibility. It's really freeing because you let go of the past and you let go of the future. And you're in the present moment, and so you see, with the past and the future only exist in your thoughts, and you're deriving a sense of identity, a sense of self from the past and from the imagined future. And so, having this perspective, kind of like visualizing in your mind your place. Oh, my storage's just gonna run out. Visualizing your place in the world right now. Kind of expanding your awareness, like expand your awareness to the whole of your body, and then to the whole of the room, and then into your garden, and then into the street, and then into the city, and then into the country, and then into the whole world, and then out the world, and then the solar system, and you keep going out. And you can see how insignificant you are. That there is truly nothing to do here. You don't see a pigeon going, fuck, what am I going to do today? Oh, I've got to do this because I've got to fit into my other pigeon crowd. It's like, no, pigeons are just doing pigeon things. Right? They've got no agenda that they think they have to maintain. They don't have a solid sense of self. They just do what they do. So what I'm saying here is that, we're no different to a pigeon. That these things that we think we have to do, we've got to get a job, and we've got to get money, and we've got to fulfill all these obligations. It's all a mind game. It's not real. So think of yourself as just an animal. If you have any idea of who you think you are, let it be this one. Let it be that you're an animal on Earth, no different from a shark or a pigeon or an ant or anything. That you have nothing to do and nowhere to go, truly. That frees you up to actually do what you want to do. You see, because the thing of like, well, there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, that doesn't mean you just don't go anywhere and do nothing. It means you're free to do whatever and to go wherever you want. So yeah, escape this mind game. You don't have to do anything. storage's about to run out, so yep.